Listen, I'm talking about 12% of the internet and 25% of web searches. Every second, 28,000 people are looking at it, and every minute, more than $284,000 are spent on it. This is an industry bigger than the NFL, MLB, and NBA combined, but so hush-hush I had to double check that I could even write a speech about it. I'm talking about pornography, and I need you to listen. Just the word pornography makes people visibly uncomfortable, and that's enough to stop a conversation. But I've got you for the next 9 minutes and 25 seconds, and I'm fairly certain you can't leave. So, I'm going to talk about pornography. First, how it affects your brain and you individually. Then, the wide-scale impacts pornography has on the world. And finally, the history of our treatments and where we are now. This is a brain, and luckily you each have one. And for any of you younger than 25, your brain is still developing. Just like with any other organ in your body, your brain is extremely susceptible to change during its development. And these changes only get more exacerbated over time. When a brain is introduced to pornography, the nucleus accumbens, or reward center of the brain, releases the chemical dopamine. Dopamine basically tells the brain that something exciting is going on, and it needs to pay attention. At the same time, your amygdala, which processes emotion, lights up. And together, they link the feeling of pleasure with the images in front of it. For adults older than 25, your prefrontal cortex is fully developed and better able to regulate emotions and make decisions, to put on the brakes. But for the rest of us, the gas pedal in your brains is much stronger than your brakes. Because of this, pornography is targeted at children. Those who get caught, hooked, and addicted fast, and have the rest of their lives to keep paying for it. The largest consumers of pornography are 12 to 17-year-olds, with 90% of boys being introduced to pornography from the ages of 8 to 16. And with teens spending an average of 7 to 9 hours a day online, not including schoolwork, it's no wonder they get hooked so easily. The Olympics makes $8 billion a year. The NBA makes $12 billion. The NFL makes $23 billion annually. Pornography makes $104 billion. I'm talking about pornography. 12% of the internet and 25% of web searches. An industry bigger than the Olympics, the NFL, the MLB, and the NBA combined. The biggest industry that we can't talk about because just the word pornography makes people uncomfortable. But we've talked about it. Because pornography might be one person's choice, but it's the world's consequences. But it's not unbeatable. We've come from nothing to over 50% cessation. And we plan on over 70% soon. And not only have our treatments become better, but they've become more accessible and affordable. Guys, this is something we can beat, but not without awareness, which is why we talked about pornography. Uncomfortable, huge, life-changing, and world-altering.